Gemini, the sign of the twins, are known for being passionate, energetic, quick-witted, and dynamic, which can lead people to, often unfairly, think of them as two-faced. Given all that, I decided to make this house for twins because, you know, building a themed tiny home for one sim wasn't hard enough, plus it could add some storytelling. They get mistaken for each other a lot, so they get reputations for being two-faced, plus the Gemini sign is represented by twins. That's enough reasons, right? Anyways, like last time, I found some reference images on Pinterest that I'm using to help me figure out a vibe for the build. As far as outside design goes, Gemini's color is yellow, so, you know, hence the more sandy walls. Seeing as that's the closest I could get to yellow while still keeping a sort of posh city vibe. Does that make any sense? It probably doesn't, but whatever. As you can see, I struggled with the exterior, you know, a lot. The fact that I prefer to put windows in after I've planned out the floor plan when I'm making tiny homes really didn't help at all. Plus, I wanted to make the roofing kind of funky, but there is simultaneously too little roof and too much roof on this build. So that was tricky and not fun at all. I don't like roofing. I don't like the act of putting roofs on houses in The Sims 4. My woes in roofing aside, we have an exterior. It's not a finished exterior for obvious reasons, but it's an exterior, which means it is time to do floor planning. And I am just putting in placeholder items to see how everything will fit together. These are not going to be the final furniture pieces that I use. So, we should probably get some type of floor in, huh? Just, you know what, I don't want to put a floor in right now, so I'm not going to. And we are going to start with the bathroom back here, just because that is a fairly simple layout, all things considered. It's just a tub shower combo, a sink, and a toilet. And then obviously we'll put in a mirror and other stuff in there later. But for now, ooh, we really ought to put in a ladder here. So does this, that's got ivy on it. I don't want to have ivy inside. So we're just going to use the basic ladder because the stairs will take up too much space. I think I want up here to be bedroom / office area for the two of them. And then down here can be kitchen, dining, living room. That might be a lot to fit in the downstairs, but we shall give it our best shot. So I'm thinking, let's stick the kitchen over here and just, we'll put in these for now. Actually, I want this to be a corner piece. Thank you very much. And then we just put these in, or let's do that. And then we take a fridge, or I'm gonna at least pretend to choose something nice looking. A stove. We can put in upper cabinets just for funsies. Or, no, I want to use more open. Yeah, for windows, I'm not gonna put in any upper cabinets right now, I think. So, kitchen. Do I want... Oh, we need a sink. That works. It's a bit... What if we then put in a, like, bar seating area so that, I don't know, Gemini just gives more bar seating area than kitchen table vibes, and we don't have enough space to do both. So this is what we're going with. And then we might want... Can we fit a living room down here? We'll give it a shot. I do want to be able to see all of the walls right now, though. Actually, getting rid of this cabinet wouldn't gain us any space, would it? Like, even if we shift all of that over, yeah, it won't exactly gain us any space. I mean, would having the kitchen along this wall be any better? I don't think so. Maybe it would, actually. Let's get rid of this, and then we rotate all of this stuff over here, and then, or actually maybe it's the ladder we want to move. So we bring this stuff back over here, bring the ladder up to there, and then we put in these Still not great. We can go like, we can't go like that. Actually, I am going to move the fridge over here though, just because it won't lose us any space, I don't think. And it'll just give the everything a better feel to it, I feel. This area is still a bit wonky though, so like, what if? No, I don't have a what if. Oh boy. Right, well, this area, this corner area back there is going to be a bit weird, but for now, we will put back in seating area, and that might have making our problems worse. Actually, maybe it didn't, if we go like this. Okay, we're calling this good for now. It's still incredibly wonky though, so that will probably be changing in the future. Now though, we have a living room to worry about, which I feel like we should use like one of the mini home thingies, but like also these don't really fit the vibe, do they? So like, ooh, I don't know. This is supposed to be just placing stuff in to get it to fit, not planning things. Okay, wall mount TV is going here. Ugh. Okay, this seating is not good. I don't know what. Okay, what if that's not the button I meant to press. We shift this over one. I don't think that actually solves any of our problems, but we can pretend it does. And then we bring these up here, or like, I have no idea if those are usable or not. We're gonna pretend that they are though. Then living room. The way I set up the doors may have slightly effed me over, but we'll ignore that for now. We'll just put that there, TV there, couch thing there, or maybe, see if I shift this over and I shift this over. No, that ladder won't let that happen. Never mind. And then over here we can do like a bookcase or something with like a chair. Once again repeating, these swatches are not final. This is, I am going to be changing this. Anyways, bedroom slash office time. And this square will probably not be used to its full effectiveness. Actually, we've got some 1x1 desks. Why? Don't go there. Okay, so then we put a chair and a computer. And then, oh wait, actually, I fully forgot. Actually, that can stay there, but this is going to be a little mini balcony area of sorts. I'm gonna use bushes to line it, because if I use fences or half walls, it will count as tiles, but if I use plants, it won't. So yeah, mini balcony there. And then we'll use bunk beds for the sake of space, as one does. Plus, bunk beds are like a twin thing, right? Like, when you think of twins, you think of bunk beds, don't you? But, ooh, how do you get bunk beds with the right vibes? Like, maybe like this one? I'm not supposed to be thinking about vibes right now. We're just going to put in a bunk bed, and we are going to move on with our lives. Okay, so there's that. We want a dresser. We probably want 2 dressers, don't we? So like that, I guess. And then over here, we can probably fit some sort of activity or whatever. I'm only gonna give them 1 desk because I don't know. I don't think they need another desk, do they? Anyways, maybe like a mirror there. I might want to put some sort of divider in here at some point. Like, yeah, so let's move the clothing stuff over here and then put in a divider just so it's a bit separated from the like more common area, if you know what I mean. I am not sitting with good posture right now. Let me fix that. Oh, wait. We can use like that, and if I go through the swatches and I don't like it, I will pick a different divider and use a separate mirror. But now we need to do this. And what activity should I give them? Maybe I should give them 2 activities, because this is twins, you know? So like, I really don't know. I'll decide on a activity to put in this corner later. But for now, we have everything we need. And since we have everything we need and know how it will fit inside, actually we don't. We still need a trash can. I'll put in a trash can when I pick out swatches, I guess. Anyways, we mostly have everything we need, so it's time to put in windows. It is also time for my obligatory disclaimer that yes, I will use custom content in this build. I won't use anything that can't be found on CurseForge though, because I'm too lazy to use anything else. If you want to know what a custom content piece is called, feel free to ask in the comments and I will let you know. But I don't feel like making a list of CC used if no one wants to know. Anyways, I tried to use larger windows to give the build a more airy feel, since, you know, Gemini is an air sign. I don't know how well all the windows I picked go together though, so yeah, that's a me that makes the exterior look good problem. Never let it be said that I'm not good at procrastination. When putting in the windows, I ended up with this weird thing where they are mostly around the corners, and I don't know if it looks good or not. I also don't know if the smaller windows I end up putting in like lining the upper parts of the walls were a good idea. I do think everything will look better when I get plants put in though, since, you know, everything looks better when you add plants. Ooh, it'd be really funny if one of the twins has like a green thumb and the other one just can't even keep succulents alive. So we have plants everywhere outside, and then inside we've got potted plants, and some of them are, you know, alive, flourishing, thriving, and there are a couple that are just like dead. Do we even have dead plants? Dead potted plants? I don't know. But we're about to figure that out because it is time to actually decorate the interior. Originally, the section was going to be me commentating in real time, but I had a hell of a week, and when I recorded this yesterday, I was too tired to actually do any commentary, so you get a voiceover instead. And the first room I decided to tackle was the bathroom, mostly because it was the smallest. I struggled quite a bit with picking out the tiling that I wanted and whatnot, mostly because there were basically no yellow tile swatches that weren't like bright yellow, and I was hoping to find more of a burnt yellow, which I didn't. In the bathroom is the first place I started to put in some signs of the twins' different personalities. One of them cares a bit more about self-care and beauty products and whatnot, and is also incredibly disorganized. And for the sake of telling who is who, I'm referring to this twin as Twin A, who also happens to be the one with the green thumb. The other twin, Twin B, in addition to being horrible with plants, is more organized and cares less about beauty products and things. In fact, the only reason they don't use a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner combo thing is because every time they bought one, Twin A poured it down the sink. They refuse to let anyone use a 2-in-1 shampoo in their household, thank you very much. All of this is shown through Twin A's shower stuff just kind of being on the side of the tub versus Twin B's being in a shower caddy, Twin A leaving a bunch of stuff all over the counter, while Twin B insists that their toothbrushes and soap get put away in their tray. Plus, the things that Twin A actually kind of like puts away in a box is still incredibly disorganized and kind of falling out everywhere. As far as design choices go, I tried to make the bathroom fairly colorful, but not like too brightly colored, if that makes any sense, and also made it so that the bathroom wasn't lit by just one bright overhead light, but a bunch of Lormer light fixtures and whatnot. Next, I decided to work on the kitchen, giving it a red tiling floor just to kind of separate it from the rest of the house a bit, and I also put in wood flooring for the rest of the first floor and put a sort of beige cream plaster type wall up. Also, I did actually put in a trash can. I struggled with making the kitchen not feel too rustic or too monotone. You'll see me switching up the counters a couple of times, and I rearranged its layout a bit later on, but the kitchen is ultimately much more organized than the bathroom. Pots and pans are hung up. The only real clutter on the counter is a coffee machine and a fruit bowl, because aside from a couple of plants, this is mostly Twin B's domain. Twin A cannot cook or bake. They do the dishes after Twin B cooks though, so division of labor win, I guess. Anyways, back to my design struggles. The first counters I chose were too flat and gray, which with the addition of me choosing stainless steel appliances was not great. And so began the struggle to find a counter that was simultaneously not too modern and not too rustic. I realize eventually that the vibe I'm going for is sort of vintage, but that doesn't happen until like halfway through designing the living room. For reference, the bathroom took me around 40 minutes, as did the kitchen, and the entirety of the recording was only a little over 2 hours long. Not wrong, long. English. I spend more than half of the time not knowing what to call the vibe I was going for. I am so good at this. Back to things that I struggled with though. Curtains. I wanted some curtains that were light, a bit transparent, you know, airy and floaty. I could not find any like that fit the windows I had used for the life of me. Plus, since I alt-placed basically all of the windows, the curtains just would not snap to them. It was horrible. Anyways, we're almost at the end of the main kitchen section, but this is not what the final kitchen will look like, since, you know, I haven't figured out yet that I want things to be a bit more vintagey, so we'll be coming back to this later. For now, though, we move on to the reading nook, where my main struggle was fitting in both curtains and a bookshelf, so I ended up having to move the bathroom over a bit. Really, not the end of the world. I pick out a hanging swing chair thing and a yellow fluffy rug and move on to the main seating area / the TV and couch area, and I rotate that setup around so the couch is facing the windows, and it is at this point when I'm going through the coffee tables that I realize the vibe I'm going for is sort of vintagey. So I put in the coffee table, then I go back to the kitchen and switch out the appliances, the fruit bowl, a whole lot of stuff, basically. I also changed what plants were over there to be a bit less modern feeling. Anyways, after I do that, I change up the book nook rug and bookcase swatch before turning back to the main living room area where I pick out a couch, a rug, and set up some lamps and whatnot to make the lighting nicer. I also put in a second coffee table / little ottoman thing to have a tray with like remotes and candles and stuff on it. If you're wondering why this area is so much more tidy than the bathroom, it's because it's communal and where they have guests and stuff. So Twin A can be bullied into keeping it relatively tidy, plus neither of them really store anything in this area aside from books. Upstairs is going to be quite a bit messier. Also, I put in a couple of hanging plants, plus a picture, and for the record, there are no dead potted plants, not in any of the packs that I have at least, so we'll just say that after the plants died, they were thrown out, or when they started wilting, they were transferred to Twin A's care, or something along those lines. And now it is time to finish the upstairs, and then we're gonna have to do the exterior, but I'm ignoring that. So, first order of business, this desk, we want it to be less modern. I'm hoping, well, I guess, if all else fails, we've got that one. Okay, I'm just taking out all of the one square desk options we've got. I'm gonna say no to that one. It's a bit too big. Right, so this, I'm guessing, yeah, that's probably going to be a bit too modern. That's a maybe. This one is kind of just a no, I think. This one, maybe our best bet. Yeah, we're gonna go with the werewolf one, I think. Is there a different computer I want? I mean, not really. That one works. Maybe it's either that one or this one. I'm saying that one, just because it's better quality. And then we need a chair, which is fun. So, desk chairs, what do we got? I mean, like, don't love that. This one, other backless stool. I mean, this would be, does that even snap? Oh my god, it does. Wait. Surely. Maybe not, actually. Is this one? That. There is. I really don't know. Well, not that one. Not this one. Not that one. Gonna say no to that one. Don't like the wood swatches on those. If. Okay, these won't snap, so I can't use those. There's the swing option, which we might actually end up going with. Just, yeah, we're going with the swing for now, mostly because I don't know what else to use. Let me check your swatches. We'll just go with that one. Right. Desk, sort of done. Let's do, let's find bunk beds that actually work. Right. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, like, ooh, this is new. Or I've never seen this before. Oh, wait, that's neat. So that's just rainbow. That's bi, pan, ace, trans. That's just fucking gray. Gay. Or this one's gay, that's gray. It's the gay flag. Lesbian. I don't know what that flag is. Non-binary. Black. Cool. That's neat. Doesn't solve my current problem though. Oh, I mean, it's not the right vibe, but like I can still say ooh. This is literally the bed I just looked at. Okay, what am I doing? I mean, okay, hear me out on the layout a sec here. So we still have a divider here. Placement's gonna be a bit wonky. We move both of these over, and then we just have a bed on each side. We'll have to like make the dividers more like that though, maybe? Like we can have a mirror divider and then a normal divider here or something. I'm not sure. But like that can be Twin A's bed with like the plants and stuff. And then Twin B's bed. Okay, Twin B. Cook is organized, doesn't care too much about fashion and stuff. Or like beauty products and stuff. I may want to flesh out Twin B's personality a little bit more before I pick her bed. We can give Twin A that bed though, and then like we just like rotate this a little bit like that. She can have like that set up, and then ooh, we could make Twin B be like a blogger too. Like they cook and have like a food blog and stuff. And then who knows, maybe Twin A has like a fashion blog or something. But okay, I really do want to change the desk chair actually. I mean, what? You know what? What if we just filter by yellow? That is probably no, but it's still cute, so I'm taking it out. That swing looks even less comfortable than the current one we have, so no to that. There's this, which we kind of already said no to, but I'll take it out anyways. This. Let's, I mean, we can put a kind of like poof chair there, I guess, and then we'll go with that one for now. Probably gonna switch it out later, unless like that's better. We'll go with that. I don't know. Anyways, you know what? Let's grab a rug for Twin A here. I feel a bit weird using like all of the same stuff or like all of the same kit or whatever, but like I feel like that works. We can get them some posters on the wall in a bit. Go like that. Twin B can prefer their privacy a bit more. And then, as far as beds go, let's... Oh, that's why there are so few options. It was sorting by yellow, I think. Yeah, okay, now we have more options. I still might go with that one. Yeah, so this one is just that one. This one, don't love. And this one, yeah, we're gonna stick with that divider. We'll go with like a plain dresser for Twin B. And then we are going to have to move this a little bit over. But wait, I need to actually be able to look at these. This is actually a really cute swatch. It doesn't fit like currently what I'm trying to do, but it's still a cute swatch. This one, that's a cute quilt. Nope. Could do the pride bed, I guess. That could work. Yeah, I like that. Do need some lights in this area though, which we currently do not really have. Lights. Let's go to the actual light thing here, or I want floor lamps, and then if we get one that's not tall enough. Well, I'll want to put a lamp here, just not that one, I guess. They can each have like a lamp above their bed, I guess, like this. Don't love the swatches for these, plus I use those in the bathroom downstairs, so yeah, we'll go with those. And then wall decor. These are like young adult, I think. So I'll keep that in mind for picking stuff out. Like, ooh, you know what? Let's get like an overhead bookshelf that can be like, we can get a shelf and it can be like, have like cookbooks on it. Surfaces, displays. Let's go with this one if it fits books on it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. All right. We shall need a different one then. I mean, wait, actually, this kind of matches the wood of the dresser. So put some books in there. Or that's a bit... No, we're gonna go with no on this idea, I think, actually. Instead, let's... Oh, these are supposed to be, like, family pictures, I realize. Not, like... Ooh. You know what? Twin B is probably, you know, a bit of an overachiever. So they can have some certificates hanging above their bed, and then Twin A can have like a cork board, because since they're into like fashion and stuff, they like have posters or postcards from around the world. What is it called? Let's go decorations. Miss? Aha, yes. So she can have one of these, and then obviously I don't have any postcards to put on it right now. And then we can also get like something else to put up here. I don't know. Give me a second. No. Let's search board again. There were those like hobby board stuff. Like we can move this over here, this over here. Please tell me there's some different swatches. Don't love any of those. Never mind. We can still do that though. And then we do want some like clutter. Decorations, clutter. Where is the floor clothing? Because Twin A totally ends up with clothing on the floor. Aha. That. And then I'm not sure what else we could like fit into this area, but they ended up with some nail polish up there somehow. Did I show that properly on camera? Nail polish there. And then right, plants. We can have one there like that. They like stand on their bed to water it. Occasionally they miss and water ends up in this area, and these clothes have gotten damp before is what I'm saying. All right, and then maybe just like a poster that's like just on the wall for them. Like, where's one that could be of like a fashion person? Okay, this isn't what I had technically imagined, but it'll work. I wish I could like tilt it. Alas. So this can be hung like there. That can be like some pop star that they like. And then like, that there. Nah, actually. Okay, we can pretend that this is a calendar of like fashion people and not firefighters. Anyways, that is her wall done. I still wish I could fit a bit more clutter over here. Should the nail polish have ended up like on the ground? Okay, I don't want you up there. Where is the nail polish? Aha. Yeah, this can have ended up on the floor somehow. Like that. Okay, not great. I wish it was a little bit more messy. Like we could have the bed unmade or something, but for now, their side is good. When B's side is less good. Maybe, I know there's a laundry hamper somewhere. If I could find it, that would be nice. Aha. So that can go there for them. They also need a rug. Oof, we're gonna need more lighting in here. Not that rug. Maybe like that. I wish it was a bit more yellowy. Like, I mean, this is more brown than yellow, but I mean, that's not bad. I don't love it, but like, could be worse. I do kind of want to get a shelf in though, like, that, I guess. And then, still not a huge fan of this area. I don't know, maybe we can stick a picture over here and it'll help. Or, well, one of them probably needs some sort of study schedule. Let me just stick this. Oof. That can go there. Anyways, back to over here. Chicken. That looks a bit out of place, I fear. I mean, look, hear me out. It kind of works. Especially if we move this to, like, over here. Don't ask how they write on it without falling down the ladder, okay? They manage. Pictures like these is why their house is so small. They spend all their money on various pictures and not, like, this picture and this picture here, also this TV, is why they are living in a tiny home instead of a regular sized home. I mean, plus these appliances were probably pretty expensive. They went for aesthetics over size. Still don't love the chair. Maybe like, I don't know, we'll stick this one in. I feel like I'm using a lot of earth tones for an air sign, but I'm gonna say that that's okay. Over here, we still need to put in some activities. Also some curtains. You can see the struggles I was talking about. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we could use... Ah! Stop it! For like, okay, can everything just chill out for like 5 freaking seconds? I mean, I kind of like that. And then hobbies and skills. Wait, fashion, baking, and blogging aren't very conductive to, I mean, like, photography for like taking pictures of outfits is probably important. That won't fit there. Music mixer. Neither of them are musicians. Well, let's grab them a camera for taking pictures of stuff. We can get a little table to put it on. Like, this holds a lot of like photography stuff. And then I guess like this is their photo taking area. Ooh, they can also have like a little table in this corner to put like their twin bees food on, that like they make the food and then they like post a blog post about it. So they've got like a little table that they post or put the food on before they take a picture of it. And then so like this can be the wall where they take the fashion pictures, or actually the way lighting works. The food table could probably get away with being close to the window, but they'd want like a backdrop over here for taking pictures of their outfits. So let's use, these are too big. Accents table. What? I lied, I do want to use a dining room table. We can use like that, and then they like put on different table mats for different like food themes and stuff, if that makes any sense. And then over here we'll want this to be more of a backdrop, so we can like move it a bit like that, up like that, and then this can be moved to like here, maybe like here, and then it's like this can be where they take pictures of the fashion stuff, this can be where they take pictures of the food stuff. This does suddenly give a bit more room for like clutter, maybe. I don't know, we could have like, once someone starts taking pictures over here, we could have like different pictures being left on the ground that they've discarded as like not wanting to post. Do we want a rug over here? Maybe like that, I guess. Sure. So this is the upstairs. We've got twin A's half, twin B's half, photography area for their 2 blogs. Still gotta do the balcony, but we are counting that as part of the exterior, which is actually what we are moving on to right now. And the exterior is probably going to be a little bit of a doozy. So we're gonna start with the easy stuff, aka, oh geez, bush lined top here. Ah, what just happened? Why are you red? Genuinely, what just happened? Okay, I don't know why that went red, but it did. Anyways, rotate, shrink, drink. Okay, we're gonna need different bushes for, or actually, we can get like that. Ah, stop it. Like that. Gonna go for a brick flooring out here. Or actually, we can just do that. We can put like, no, not a hammock. That is too big. I realize this doesn't quite fit the vibe, but like we can pretend, okay? So we can go like, actually we want a bench, I think. So we can grab like that, and then over here we can put a outdoor table with this lemonade tray. Oh, this is fully clipping into the wall. So, all right, that, get a little garden pot there. Do kind of want a window right here. won't look good with the... Ooh, we can do the, this thingy. And then down here, oh boy. This area here is still plain, I think, if we're worrying about the upper walls. I mean, technically, what's stopping me from putting this on the outside? Like, aside from the fact that watering it would be incredibly impractical. What if they just have, like, a vent here? Like, I don't know what practical function that serves, but, like, it takes up the space, and we can put, like, that behind it there, like it's a little bit overgrown, or maybe we want like that. Yeah, okay, I don't know what that finagulation is, but it looks half decent, so we're gonna stick with it. And we're also gonna give it a flower box. We can pretend it's like a shuttered window or something. Okay, I don't know what the frick that is, but it looks okay, so we're going with it. Yeah. Down here, I also kind of want to put a bunch flower boxes. Ooh, over here we can do, I don't know what I thought we could do, but we can't. Or like I wanted to have a flower pot here, but we can't. You know what? I don't know what I want to do for the front yard, so let's do the backyard instead. We can't do a fence, which is kind of sad, but we can, or actually, wait, I lied. We can do a fence, we just can't close it, which is fine. So let's grab like this one, bring this around like so. What do you mean nothing to change? I realize that's a bit of a crappy view, but we can stick a trash can here. So, and you know what? Let's also put like a pot. I don't know what they're growing, but they're growing something. Oh, we didn't do lights up here. Okay, we are doing lights for the interior real quick. Sorry. But lighting, if we take a floor lamp and we take like this one so that it's like, it's shining light down onto like the food. And then over here we could have like a wall one. We can do the same. Oh, you know what? Let's do this one over here. And then if we take away this, over here is still kind of dark. Ooh, we can get like, stick that there. Yeah, that works. Except let's put like a ring lamp like that there, which I realize is kind of against the whole vintagey vibe, but like it's fine. All right, back to the outdoors. We can't put a gate there, otherwise all of this will count as tiles, but that shall not stop be determined. Out here, let's have like, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I'm looking at something. Well, let's grab a cooking bar, or not a cooking bar, just, you know, a bar, because that is a large part of culinary skill for some reason. So I realize this is a little bit fancy to be outside, but like we take this, sure, we'll with these pillars, I guess. They're a bit excessive, but what can you do, I guess? Okay, we can't put spandrels in, but we can put a roof. How stupid does that look? Not as stupid as I thought it would. Ah, these need to be raised up. Why? What are you? Why are you here? Huh. Wild. Anyways, so we've got a bar, and we'll also want to grill out here, I feel like. So, I don't know, doesn't really fit the vibe. Oh well. We can get a hammock here, though, like that. And then we can get, like, a hot tub over here. Oh, I have never looked at these swatches. Go with that one, I guess. And then let's grab more of this tile and go like that. Then over here, we can also put a little pool. Do need a ladder for that. We'll use these pool lights. Why is it so deep? Jeez. Cool, not entirely certain why those float on water, but like no reason not to have them. And let's put a little pattern in at the bottom of the pool. Hello, there, like that. And then over there, let's put a sunbathing chair. Wish there was a, ooh. Yes, we'll go with this one. And then over here, let's put in like a bird feeder. Probably shouldn't be quite as close to like people, but you know, we can put in a bird feeder. Put these onto the columns, like so. Plants, we need more plants. Like, ooh, Queen A grows some crops for Queen B's cooking. And then they also have some flowers, I feel like. So maybe we want get more like 1, 2, and then we can put in flowers. Like so. And maybe like we can have like that fountain there, and then we can also have like a little froggy fountain spitting out into the pool. Like so. And like this can have some flowers around it, like so. And then maybe just some like terrain paint to like that. And that is not a horrible backyard. That still leaves a front though. We can put some rose wall thingies there with like these in front. And then get some terrain paint there. Here let's put like these, maybe? No. I mean like that's not terrible. Kind of want to put like another lavender bush there though, and then like up here let's put some more yellows. Maybe want more like that, and then we can get like these around here, like so. Let's also have these like not like that. We like it a little bit more forward though, like that. We can put these along here. Also do the same thing along here. And we should grab some terrain paint for around here, like so. And then we want some sort of path up. Let's grab these thingies back here, drag them along like that. We can grab a mailbox, and the doors need to be changed, I think. I just put those in kind of willy-nilly. So let's grab like this one, and then up here we can grab that one. Oh, we need a tree, at least one. Probably more, if we're being real with ourselves here. Weeping willow. Ooh, we could have like fruit trees planted along here. Yeah, we're gonna grab here. There will be fruit trees. Drain paint around that. Then this area is a bit empty, but I think that's okay. We can like, and let's grab one thing to put over here, and then the house is almost done, maybe? Maybe. Keyword. Let's do like, I mean like, come on, it fit. Nope. Not doing that. You know what? Let's put like bird bath with flowers around it, I suppose. Then terrain paint. And then maybe let's just bring this up a little bit more. Well, as these, like that. And I don't hate this. Yeah, it's not terrible. This would probably be better if this was a smaller lot, to be honest. But it isn't, so that's okay. This will probably be a bit better also once like trees are planted in here. We can have like maybe another garden bed here, and then another spot for trees over here. Let's move these in a bit over here because they are poking out of the wall. Oh, I want to check this wall's swatches real quick. And I've got to change my laundry, but I'll do that in a second. Yeah, I think I like this darker swatch for it better. So we'll do that. Oh, move these in. Change these foundations. It makes it a little bit wonky. Oh, let's go back to that. And then, sides of the house are still kind of flat. If I extend these, how bad will it look? Oh, what? Why am I holding the... Go back. Okay. Yeah, that's not something fixable, I fear, right? Well, maybe switch the door swatches to be a bit closer to the windows, like that, and then we can take that up there, and actually, we can put some, like, across here. This might be a teensy bit much, but I like it. Yes, that helps with the flatness of everything. And then here we can just put, like, I don't know. Do we need anything there? Maybe not. Yeah. All right. I think this is the Gemini house. Couple things before the end of the video. Just want to show you guys the downstairs just a little bit more in depth because, you know, you've only seen it through the speed build. So plants over here, coffee maker, another plant, wine on the fridge, fruit bowl, plants, ottoman, tray, bunch of lighting and stuff, couple plants on the bookshelf. Here is the bathroom. You know, like I said, kind of stuff everywhere. Oh, I think I said the toothbrushes and stuff were in a tray. They're not, they're just in a cup. I changed my mind about which toothbrush and stuff I was going to use and forgot about it. Oops. And then over in the shower, we've got Twin A stuff, Twin B's stuff. And you guys watched me build the upper floor. So this is the Gemini house. I think I got fairly close on the vibes. Outside is probably a little bit lacking, which, my bad. Let me know if you think there could be any improvements to it, and also let me know if you guys want to see me, like, make the two twins, Twin A and Twin B, in Create-A-Sim. Take care of yourselves, drink water, subscribe if you want to see the next zodiac sign house in this series. We've already built Aries and Taurus, and also subscribe if you want to see some Minecraft content, because I post that as well. Yeah, like I said, take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!